right, y'all. It's the A&R show. We outside. You know what I'm saying? We at the Guardians of the Culture event. Look at who we got here.
Organic, you know what I mean? King of the Dot's own.
Yeah, we in the cut.
Yeah, so Organic, I told you I got a list of questions for you, man. You know what I mean? You definitely be outside like we do. So, you know what I mean? But it's the first time pulling up on you. First things first, King of the Dot. Will you officially do like #1 contender battles? Like,
nah, no, because like you take away like future championship matchups when you do that. Like you eliminate the #1 contender. So like then they go on, they battle, and then who do they battle next?
Okay.
The same person they just beat in a #1 contender match.
Okay.
He wins his next, you know what I mean? So I try to avoid that for just that, the programming part of it. You know what I mean? Keeping interesting title matches and stuff like that. But yeah.
All right.
So real quick, will you have the champion defend the titles more frequently, like 5 or more times?
Per year?
Yeah.
Probably not 5 times a year. I think that's a little too excessive.
How many? How many can we
like maybe 2 or 3 is what we're comfortable at. You don't want the chain to become like, you know, hold around, kind of like just being on everyone's neck, because then it has no value. You know what I mean? And then also, what's the point? What gives people the value of coming back if everyone can have it, right?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You know, it's more so a stature thing. You know, it's an accolade in battle rap. There's no accolades. That's the reason why we created the title matches, to give people, you know, a pedestal to sit on, basically. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we'll be doing more events for sure this year. We're going to be extra busy. We'll see. Depends really on the champion, you know, and if they want to stay busy and everything like that.
I saw Blackout coming up.
Yeah,
yes, we definitely seen Blackout coming up.
Yeah. So
title match will be on that.
Oh, fine. So
wow.
Perfect segue, right? I seen the King of the Dot award system.
Yes.
Like, what made you decide to do that? Like, I thought that was super fire.
We've been doing awards since 2008.
Oh, okay, okay. I think maybe it got a lot of traction this year. A lot of people on Twitter. RX is super fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
incredible.
She is super fire. I like RX. I like it.
All of them on that list like can deserve that in their own right. From Frack and Saint, you know what I mean? Even Excel. Like there's a lot of good people that were on the breakout list this year.
Do you feel like the talent level has increased this year? That's why it may have gotten more traction as opposed to previous years with the award system?
Yeah, and I think like, you know, we did our due diligence as far as like, you know, scouting, finding, you know, talent to bring up and everything. You know, we took a slower year in 2018, focusing more on a lot of the up and comers, but in 2019 and 20 it's starting to pay off. So.
All right. So this is a question that I have always wanted to ask you, but have never had the chance to meet you in person. All right, you're gonna love this one.
Let's go.
Will you ever battle again? And if so, against who?
I mean, I'm never gonna say never. You know what I mean? It's not.
Come on, get it?
It's not really in the plans because I'm like, it'll take 3 months out of my life of running the company. You know what I mean? Because like it's just got to be my priority. If I go out there and get smoked, it's just a bad look for everyone that fuck with me. You know what I mean? And like, I can't be really a leader if you're just gonna go and kind of make a mockery of yourself, and especially in like the culture. You know what I mean?
Shout out to John in that regard.
100%. You know what I mean? You know they still doing it and they special, man. I always say that John's been special. You know, being able to like run a league, the level he performs at, improves at, and everything, and kind of just his passion for the culture. You know.
I feel you.
So, have you ever considered having like a secondary chain, like an international or intercontinental chain for King of the Dot?
That would be fire.
You know, there's been talks about it, but it's like, how do you really solidify that? And what happens when one like, what happens with it? You know, like there needs to be almost like 2 set clear divisions for that to almost happen.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So you have your one for United States and where your home base is, but then you also have an intercontinental chain where it's, you know, everybody throughout the entire world can battle for this chain as opposed to it just being the home base.
I mean, that's kind of like the king of that title right now is kind of open worldwide.
That's a
You know
fact.
what I mean, like there's been a lot of people in contention from it. You know, Shotty Horror has been very close to contention and stuff. So, you know, a lot of
Shotty,
people,
too.
yeah, and a lot of people thought like, you know, we wouldn't do title matches in America. If someone in the UK works enough, hard enough with us, they win the championship, and we don't do the title matches over there. You know, so it's always open. As far as an extra chain, I don't think it's really necessary at the moment. You know, especially now that we're doing Battle of the Year, like prize awards, and maybe that's maybe what you were speaking of,
Yeah.
that we're giving away cash incentives, not
Right.
just like awards and stuff like that. So, at the
Tangible awards.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know, I think that'll add more incentive and stuff, and that's really what we want. You know, the title is to add incentive, add storylines, and try to curate battle rap better to the fans, man.
Okay.
So one of the things people definitely been asking for is an event from you guys on the East Coast.
That's a fact. I can't come to Cali, bro.
Right, like, do you see that happening in the future? Is that 2020? Is that 2021?
I know Mass is in Boston.
We do
Right.
Mass all the time.
Right.
You know, we'll be doing Detroit for sure this year.
Oh.
Yeah, Detroit's
Okay,
in this
okay.
year. So, you know, we've been fucking with Detroit for so long. I feel like I owe them one. You know,
Okay.
like,
Right.
definitely. We've been, you know, they've been holding us down with Ground Zero divisions and scouting talent for us for a long time. You know, a lot of our, you know, artists come from Detroit, from, you know, even back in the day from the Joe Knives, and then
Right.
we got the Ill Wills
Facts.
and everyone. You know,
Facts.
I want to see Joe Nye
yeah,
again too. man.
even Mac Myron from Pontiac, and
Right.
stuff like that. You know, like a lot of these people coming up from the Michigan scene, and yeah, it's popping over there. So, you know, I think they're probably the most underrated scene in battle rap.
So you think we can get like a New York card, a Philly card, something like that from you guys?
I won't rule it out. You know what I mean? It's just kind of got to make sense, or
That's
it's
a
just
fact.
our schedule. Like, it's not to say I want to do it or nothing like that. It's just kind of got to take precedence over what we're doing already. And if it seems like more important at that time than what else is on the table, then I'm always with it. You know?
I feel you.
Yeah.
So my last question, because I know it's a battle going down. Last year, Head Ice subbed in last minute in a battle on RBE.
Yeah.
Will we ever get King of the Dot versus RBE? I feel like that's one that the culture was thinking was coming.
Definitely.
So is that something we could ever get? I think it would be fire, bro.
Yeah,
Ill man.
ARP, man.
Yeah.
You know?
ARP, please set it up.
Here's the thing, man. Like, there's so many dynamics to really figure out when you think of that. It sounds so good from the outside to have this league, but then when you think about, okay, cool, how you going to do capital splits? How you going to do investment splits? How you going to do profit splits? Who's going to get the footage? Who's going to pay for this? What happens if this goes wrong? What happens? Who incurs the cost if, you know, certain things happen? Like, there's so many factors that come into merging companies together to do an event together, especially something that's like competitive like battle rap. You know what I mean? It's not like we're gonna come put together an event for kids, be willing to, you know, just take the L and know that
Right, it don't really matter. It's more for the culture.
battle rap is like you just, you know,
You gotta win.
Right, it's
You
still,
got
it's still a
you
business.
gotta win.
But both sides
still a
gotta
business.
win.
It's still a
Right.
business.
So to make something like that happen, it would take like months and months of work. I'm not gonna say it can never happen, you know what I mean? But I don't know, maybe an ARP got some talking to do or some shit like that.
That would be super fire.
I always like the ideas. I always think shit like that's cool. You know, I never rule that out, and I think if that's kind of what the fans want, then you know.
I want it. I'm gonna tell you, I
I
want it.
think there's a
And-
lot of people that would appreciate that, you know?
And we could definitely get the
What
return
matchups
of
you want to see on it though?
Organic versus ARP.
There we go.
First of all,
That's at the top of
that's
the
at
card.
the top of the list. Like real shit.
Bring me out of retirement.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
man, versus ARP. I mean, I think, you know, Show Off versus somebody like Ilmac will be fire.
Crazy.
When you think about, like, you know what I mean, RBE used a lot of artists. Y'all use a lot of artists, but somebody like Jay Murder versus Saint, I
Yeah.
think that would be
Yeah,
super
that would be dope.
crazy.
Murder's fire.
Yeah, Murder's fire, but so is Saint. Like, so I think
Saint's
something like
a killer, man. Saint's
Yo,
a killer, man.
Saint
We're gonna find
is-
out about Saint, bro.
Saint one of them ones. Like,
he on it, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
Saint's gonna be a star. I mean, he already is. He on his way. Bro.
Yeah.
but yeah, he's gonna be he's gonna be one of those guys that I could see Saint, no bullshit. I can see him transition battle rap. Like he has all the intangibles as well as the skill.
And he's passionate about it. He's paying attention. He's knowing learning what to do, what not to do. You know what I mean? He's being coached by the right people. He's taking it serious and he's taking his time, and I think that's so important for a lot of these people, not just taking everything thrown at you, hoping that someone sees it. It's like every opportunity is an opportunity you got to take advantage of, and if you ain't ready to take full advantage of it, then don't take it. I'm a firm believer of it. Be your best all the time, you know, and I respect people like Saint, you know, not taking everything thrown his way, having his path, he has his vision, and he's completing it, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's going down that tunnel to make it happen. So
yeah, that's fact.
Yeah.
All right, my very last question, and I'm gonna pause so I can have a little time to edit this. Are we getting any blackout face-offs? Maybe on Champion? I'm just saying.
I mean, how would you do a face-off or blackout?
So you could do it on Champion. He could drop it the day of.
Yeah, you know, it's always open. Like, you know, I fuck with obviously with Shea Black and what you guys are doing. I think it's like such an incredible platform. You guys help curate battle rap in like ways that it needs to be curated when it's like outside of the events. You know what I mean? It needed to have like professional representation. It needed to have people that were unbiased. It needed to have incentive-based, you know, things that make people want to do this and make people feel value in it. And even if you don't win at the end, if you're nominated or your name's on the list, you just know that you're still fucking valued somewhere. You know what I mean? Fans are still voting for you. You know, like it's provided so much for battle rap, bro. And just being able to have a platform like that where people can go have face-offs on a neutral territory, it's amazing, bro.
That's a fact, because the Chilla and Real Deal face-off was was one of them ones. So,
bro, I watch like all like the media channels and battle rap almost just as much as I watch battle rap these days. It's like, you know, Champion, Ruin Your Day. Everyone's doing such a good job that it's really hard not to. Matt's new show. You know,
that's a fact. I love Matt Expert.
It's a new obsession. Media is now the new obsession.
Content's king, right? Everybody's learning.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Well, listen, Gannon, we appreciate you, man. I know there's battles going on. We want to hear them. You want to hear them.
Be blind at the end of this.
Listen, my bad,
Listen, thank you so much for chit-chatting with us and taking time out to
Can we
speak
get that
about
drop
things.
for the A&R show, man? We always outside?
Yeah, what you want me to say?
A&R show, man. We always outside.
Yeah, what up, Organic King of the Diet, the A&R show, and we always outside, you dig? Chill.
Appreciate you, Gary, man.